This program is brought to you by the Waco Rotary Club, Central Texas News Now, and limited commercials provided by Baylor Mind Body Medicine Research Lab. 11 schools, 10 matches, 1 champion. This is the 2019 Rotary Challenge.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to the 2019 Rotary Challenge, a semifinal round between Vanguard and our defending champion, Waco High. Let's go ahead and introduce you to our Vikings. We have Captain Rhea Goyle, Matthew Holsey, Emma Lowe, and Easton Rogers. For Waco, Boots Felton is their captain, Libby Grant, Will Grant, and Maddie Lacey round out the team. For those of you that are following along at home and want to play with us, they know the rules, but I'll share them with you just so that way everything's clear. Round 1, questions are worth 5 and 10. I have to finish the question. These guys will buzz in. If they get the answer right, they get the points. If they don't, the other team gets an opportunity to steal. Whoever's trailing after that first round will get to choose from our 3 categories in the Blitz, which is my favorite part of the game. You'll get 1 minute to answer as many questions from that category as you can, but if you miss those, the other team is still going to get a chance to steal. And then we get to round 3, another one that's formatted exactly like our first round, only the questions are worth anywhere from 5 to 20. All right, Vanguard, Waco, ready to play? 10 minutes to get through as many questions as we possibly can. Our first round starts now. For 10 points, when he was told that one of his generals was a heavy drinker, President Lincoln is said to have uttered a classic reply: "Find out what he drinks and send a barrel of it to my other generals." To whom was Lincoln referring? Where are we going, judges? Over to Waco.
Ulysses S. Grant.
Is correct for 10 points. 5 points now. While President John Kennedy saw a newspaper advertisement violently opposing his administration, his response was, "We're heading into nut country today." What city was his destination?
Dallas.
Is correct for 5 points for Waco. 5 points. This is a spelling question. Please be ready. Spell the 4-syllable adjective describing an elementary or secondary school supported and conducted by a religious group. Spell the 4-syllable adjective describing, going over here to Vanguard.
Parochial, P-A-R-O-C-H-I-A-L.
Is correct for 5 points for the Vikings. For 5 points, food question. What dish consists of chicken breasts rolled up with butter, breaded, and then fried? Hint, it's named for a Ukrainian city. Going over to Waco.
Chicken Kiev.
Is correct for 5 points. 7:30 to play. Score update coming here in just a second. Waco in the lead with 20, Vanguard trailing with 5. Next one is worth 5. The first generation of what portable media players debuted on October 23rd, 2001? Over to Waco again.
The iPod?
The iPod is correct for 5. Next one also worth 5. On what literary farm will you find Rebecca Randall's? On what literary farm will you find Rebecca Randall's?
Sunnybrook Farm.
Sunnybrook Farm is correct for 5 for the Lions. Next one worth 10, about 6:30 left to play. A cosmetic cream or powder applied to the eyelids to accent the eyes is called what? Where are we going, judges? Over here to Rhea.
Eyeshadow.
Eyeshadow is correct for 10. For 5 points now, we often hear about the left bank of the Seine River in Paris, where artists exhibit their paintings and people stroll contentedly on warm spring days. In terms of the compass point, which side of the Seine River is the left bank? Over here to Waco.
The East Bank.
Is incorrect. Vanguard with a chance to steal. I'll reread the question. We often hear about the left bank of the Seine River in Paris, where artists exhibit their paintings and people stroll contentedly on warm spring days. In terms of the compass point, which side of the river is the left bank? Don't have to buzz in, just need an answer.
The South.
The South is correct for 5 points for Vanguard. About 4:55 left to play. We got ourselves a tie game here, 35-35. The next question is worth 5 points. The shock of this war upon the literary sensibility was profound. Such characters as Frederick Henry, James Gatz, John Sartoris, and Clifford Chatterley fought in which war? Over here to Vanguard.
World War I.
World War I is correct, Rhea for 5. Next one worth 10. What part of the body contains the most bones? Where are we going, judges? Over here to Waco.
The spine. Or the abdomen.
The abdomen is incorrect. Over to Vanguard with a chance to steal for 10. What part of the body contains the most bones? Don't have to buzz in, just need an answer.
Torso.
Incorrect. We were looking for the hand. The hand is what we were hoping for. For 5 points, in the names of colors, what follows ultra and aqua? Over here to Waco.
Ultraviolet and aquamarine.
Judges, we cannot accept that, I'm sorry. For 5 points, in the names of colors, what follows ultra and aqua?
Marine on both.
Marine is correct for 5 points. Matthew. For another 5, what property of a conductor is defined as that which transforms electric energy into heat energy and therefore inhibits the flow of electricity? Boots.
A resistor.
Judges say we will take that resistance or scale. For 10 points with 3 minutes left to play in the first round, what was the most valuable American export between 1830 and 1860? Over here to Matthew.
Cotton.
Cotton is correct for 10 points. Waco with 40, Vanguard with 55, 2 minutes left to play here in the first. This next question is worth 5, and it's a spelling question. Spell the 8-letter word that describes a voting district or subdivision of a city patrolled by police. Over to Rhea.
District, D-I-S-T-R-I-C-T.
I'm sorry, that is incorrect. Over to Waco now.
Precinct, P-R-E-C-I-N-C-T.
Is correct for 5 points. For another 5, tell me which of these words does not belong with the others. Here comes this list, and you're going to have to explain why. Garrulous, voluble, loquacious, or diffident? Taria.
Diffident, because all the other words means to speak a lot.
Judges say we will accept that. That was for 5 points. Next one is for 10. Identify the only U.S. state that is located entirely in the Pacific time zone, but does not border the Pacific Ocean. Sending over to Matthew.
Nevada.
Is correct for 10 points. 1 minute left to play. Score update coming. 5 points for the next question. Any of the specialized structures within a cell that perform a specific task are called what? Judges, over to Waco.
Organelle.
Organelle is correct for 5. Score, we got a great one to see who's going to the finals. 60-60, both tied. Judges are going to tell me who goes first in the blitz in just a second. They'll choose from their 3 categories. We'll be back and learn a little bit more about our contestants.
Central Texas is our home, passionate, proud, full of different people, different points of views. But when we come together and share experiences, we grow closer. We understand more. Let's start that way every day, together. Sharing stories that matter, waking up to new ideas, learning more about the place we call home. Now there's a place to start. Central Texas News Now in the morning. Putting the good back in your morning.
It's our semifinal edition of the 2019 Rotary Challenge, and this has been the best game we've had so far. Vanguard and Waco are tied at 60 points apiece, but the judges told me, guys, whichever school comes first in the alphabet in the event of a tie gets to go first in the blitz. So that means Vanguard, you guys are up. Rhea, quick second for you. Tie game, pressure's on a little bit. How are we going to handle it?
I think we're just going to work as a team, make sure to confer before we answer anything, but I think we've got this.
I think that's a great way to play. Remember, in the blitz, don't have to buzz in. You can confer. And if you do want to pass on a question and move on, you can. But if they miss one or don't come back to it, you're going to get a chance to steal Waco. So make sure that we are paying attention. 3 categories to choose from. 1 minute to answer as many questions from that category as we possibly can. And here are your 3 categories. First one is presidents. I'll give you the university that a president attended, and you have to name that president. Ethnic foods. I'll name you an ethnic food, and you have to name the country or kind of cuisine with which it is associated. And the third category is Montana.
We'll go with ethnic food.
We're going to go with ethnic foods, which is a joy because it's not like I'm hungry or anything. All right, ethnic foods. I'm going to name an ethnic food. You name the country or kind of cuisine with which it is associated. Like I said, 1 minute to answer as many of these as we possibly can, each of them worth 10 points. Our 1 minute starts now. Wiener Schnitzel.
Germany.
is correct. Warsugai,
Japan.
incorrect. Tempura,
Oh, Southeast Asia.
I'm sorry, incorrect. We do need a country.
Yeah.
Chili relleno,
Pass.
brioche
France.
is correct. Jambalaya,
Jamaica.
incorrect. Moussaka, say that again.
Japan.
Incorrect. Couscous,
Morocco.
that is correct. Zabaglione
Italy.
is correct. Trifle,
British.
we will accept that. That is correct. You passed on chili relleno. 5 seconds left to answer.
Mexico.
Is correct. You're the second time only we've made it through all 10 for the Blitz. Way to go. Made it through all 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 you got right for a total of 60 points. That's going to double your point total. We're at 120 to 60 right now. But what does that mean? It means that Waco has a chance to steal 4 of these and make the game a little bit more interesting. Now, guys, the category that it is ethnic foods. I'm going to name an ethnic food, and you tell me the country or kind of cuisine with which it is associated. No time limit on these, but remember, you cannot pass. You got to answer them as I say them. Here we go. Warsugai,
Iran.
incorrect. China. China is what we were looking for. Tempura
Japan.
is correct. Jambalaya.
United States.
Judges? They're going to let us take that. Creole, Cajun, Louisiana, all
Yeah.
acceptable
Louisiana.
answers. Now, last one to steal, moussaka.
India.
Incorrect. Moussaka is Greek. It's Greek. It's a Greek pastry, in case anyone was curious. Waco 80, Vanguard 120. With 4, you can tie this thing up. 5 takes the lead. Remember, from these 2 categories, you get to answer as many as you can in a minute. But Vanguard, stay awake, because anything that they miss, you guys will get a chance to steal. Our 2 categories are this: Montana or presidents. Now, in the presidents category, I'll name a university that they attended, and you have to tell me the president.
We're going to go with presidents.
We're taking presidents. I'm really excited. This is one that I wanted. For presidents, 1 minute to answer as many of these as we can. I'll give you a university, and you tell me which president went there. Our 1 minute starts now. Michigan
Gerald Ford.
is correct. Harvard
John Adams.
is correct. Yale
George Bush, Sr.
is correct. Princeton
Pass.
Southwest Texas State
Lyndon B. Johnson.
is correct. William and Mary,
George Washington.
incorrect. 30 seconds left to play. U.S. Military Academy
Dwight Eisenhower.
is correct. U.S. Naval Academy
Pass.
Whittier,
Pass.
no college education. These did not go to college.
Lincoln.
Is correct. 8 seconds left. We'll go back to ones that you passed. Princeton.
John Kennedy.
Judges say we're done. I'm sorry. But a fantastic. We actually made it through all 10 on both of these. You guys went on quite a run there, but it still seems like we have 3 or 4 that we have to get to. You got 6 correct as well. You're going to have the same opportunity to steal the same amount of points that they did from you. Remember, the category is presidents. Our score right now, 140 Waco, Vanguard 120. The category, presidents. I'll give you the name of the university, and you have to tell me which president attended. The first one, Princeton,
Wilson.
is correct. William and Mary
Thomas Jefferson.
is correct. The U.S. Naval Academy
Jimmy Carter.
is correct. Whittier. Almost out of time. Sorry, Nixon. President Nixon is what we were looking for. What a coincidence that was. You're telling me both teams 6 had a chance to steal 4, and you each did really well. Vanguard in the lead, though, 150 to 140. We're going to round 3 in just a second. We're going to learn a little bit more about the folks from Waco. Don't go anywhere because, man, we got ourselves a game to see who's taking on Midway in the final.
Central Texans, we get up, we get dressed, and we get going. But what's missing to make your morning a good morning?
How about what's new?
What's now and what's next?
Plus, weather on the fives. That's up to the moment forecasts every 10 minutes. Rain chances are up to 90%, so be prepared.
Plus, updates on the latest road conditions and traffic so you know before you go.
Here is a live look at the interstate.
Get what's missing with Good Morning Texas. Mornings, 4:30 to 7.
Welcome back to the third round of our second semifinal game in our Rotary Challenge. Vanguard in the lead over Waco, 150 to 140. Winner of this game goes on to play Midway in the final. Waco, you're our defending champions. Boots Feltner, captain here. Boots, it's the first time all tournament you guys have trailed.
It is. We've decided as a team to stop doing that.
Seems like a winning strategy to me. Let's see if it works. 10 minutes to answer as many of these as we possibly can. We ready to play? Let's loosen it up, have a little fun. 10 minutes to get as many of these as we possibly can. We're going to start that clock right now. For 20 points, as a common noun, it's the name of a male deer with 3-pointed antlers. As a proper noun, it was the last name of a mail-order catalog pioneer. What is this word? Judges, we're going over to Waco.
Stag.
Incorrect. Stepping over here to Vanguard now. As a common noun, it's the name of a male deer with 3-pointed antlers. As a proper noun, it was the last name of a mail-order catalog pioneer. What is this word?
Buck.
We cannot accept that. I'm sorry. Roebuck. Sears and Roebuck is what we were hoping for. This next one also worth 20. He was the most prolific of the great Renaissance painters, producing 10 works for each of his 99 years. Who was this Venetian painter of Danae, Venus of Urbino, and much more?
Titian.
Is correct for 20 points, Matthew. For 15, in professional cycling, the term Grand Tour designates multi-week stage races in what 3 European countries? Boots.
France, Belgium, and Switzerland.
Incorrect. Stepping over to Vanguard now with a chance to steal for 15. In professional cycling, the term Grand Tour designates multi-week stage races in what 3 European countries?
France, Italy, and Belgium.
Incorrect. France and Italy were right. Spain. Spain is the third country. 140, 170, Vanguard in the lead, 7:20 left to play in the game. Next one is actually going to be a video question. Pay attention to the monitors because I need a little help.
LeBron James and Lonzo Ball are the first Lakers to achieve what feat in the same game since Magic Johnson and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in 1982?
I'll give you a hint. Russell Westbrook just averaged one for an entire season.
Triple-double?
Triple-double is correct for Matthew. That one is worth 10. Sorry, I'm a sports guy. Gotta have somebody get a sports question right. 415, 150 Waco, 185 Vanguard. We continue now for 15 points. The Hillel Foundation consists of Jewish student groups that can be found on our nation's university campuses. They were founded by what Jewish brotherhood? B'nai B'rith. B'nai B'rith. For 20 points, the Bayeux Tapestry was stitched by medieval French women who embroidered scenes of the Norman conquest using woolen yarn. This type of embroidery is still practiced today. What is it called? Libby.
Cross stitch.
Incorrect. Vanguard with a chance to steal. The Bayeux Tapestry was stitched by medieval French women who embroidered scenes of the Norman conquest using woolen yarn. This type of embroidery is still produced today. What is it called?
Loop.
Incorrect. Cruel. Cruel is what we were looking for. Vanguard 185, Waco 150, little less than 320 to play. For 15 points, a writer who describes in the third person both the thoughts and actions of one or all of the characters is said to use what point of view? Stepping over to Waco.
Omniscient third person?
Omniscient is correct for 15. For 20 points with 240 left to play, what's the most highly prized category of olive oil? Going over to Waco again.
Extra virgin?
Is correct for 20 points. For 15, Virginia and Ohio like to call themselves the mother of presidents. because of so many presidents that were born there? What state could be called the graveyard of presidents because 7 presidents are buried there? To Matthew.
That would be Virginia.
Is correct for 15. Waco 185, Vanguard 200, 120 left to play in the game for 20 points now. In a popular song of the Underground Railroad times, runaway slaves were told to follow the drinking gourd. What was that gourd? Stepping over to Vanguard.
The Big Dipper in the North Star.
The Big Dipper is correct for 20 points. 15 for the next question. In the Old Testament, after the oxen carrying this holy relic stumbled, Uzzah put out his hand to right it, and the Lord smote him. What is that holy relic? Where are we going, judges? Over to Waco.
Ark of the Covenant.
Ark of the Covenant is correct for 15. Less than 30 seconds to play. Score coming shortly. 20 points is this next one. What chemical compound forms the major portion of a natural pearl? Boots.
Calcium.
I'm going to need you to be more specific.
Calcium carbonate.
Is correct for 20 points. 10 seconds left to play. This is our last question. The longest continuously in use airport in the world where the Wright brothers taught the U.S. Army to fly is found in what town, home to the main campus of the University of Maryland? I'm sorry, Waco, you buzzed in early. Vanguard is the only one with a chance to answer. I will repeat the question. The longest continuously in use airport in the world where the Wright brothers taught the U.S. Army to fly is found in what town, home to the main campus of the University of Maryland? We're running out of time.
Delaware?
I'm sorry, we were looking for a city. The city in Maryland that we were hoping for was College Park. College Park, Maryland. Fear the shell. Go Terrapins. Wow, we have never had this happen before in the history of the tournament. We are at a dead tie. 220 to 220 between both of our teams here. Somebody has to go to the finals. I've got to talk with our judges to figure out what we're going to do. Give me 1 second.
Central Texas is our home, passionate, proud, full of different people, different points of views. But when we come together and share experiences, we grow closer. We understand more. Let's start that way every day, together. Sharing stories that matter, waking up to new ideas, learning more about the place we call home. Now there's a place to start. Central Texas News Now in the morning. Putting the good back in your morning.
Wow, this is the first time in Rotary history we've had to do this. A tiebreaker in the semifinal to determine who's going to go on to play Midway. A quick explanation for you guys at home, so that way you know how we came up with this. We're going to do an additional round of the Blitz to determine our winner. We've selected 3 categories that were not selected in previous games. So that means 1 minute to go. You're going to answer as many questions in the category as you can. The other teams will still get an opportunity to steal, so we want to make sure that we're paying attention. You don't have to buzz in. You can confer. Now, the ultimate question, who gets to go first? We did a coin flip where both coaches watched as I flipped a coin, let it hit the floor, and Waco got to call it since they were not first in the Blitz last round. What ended up happening? They called the wrong side. Vanguard gets to play first. The score as it sits, 220 to 220, a minute on the clock for this tiebreaker round of the Blitz. Our 3 categories, Vanguard, are this: mystery, state capitals, and then national parks.
We're going to go with state capitals.
State capitals it is. 1 minute to play. You get 10 guesses. 12 U.S. state capitals begin with the letter S or C, so I only want state capitals that start with those 2 letters. You've got to name 10 of the 12. You only get 10 guesses. Our time, 1 minute, starts now.
Sacramento.
Yes.
Santa Fe.
Yes.
Columbus.
Yes.
Salem.
Yes.
Charleston.
Yes.
St. Paul.
Yes. Just about 30 seconds left. You only have 4 guesses.
St. Louis.
Incorrect. Three guesses left, 15 seconds. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We are out of time. I'm sorry. We made it through 4, 5, and 6 for a total of 60 points. You missed one and had 3 guesses remaining. Score is 220 to 280, Vanguard with the lead. Now, stealing can't obviously work traditionally, but you get 4 guesses since they missed 1 and didn't use 3. You guys are going to get 4 guesses to give me those capitals. I only want ones that start with S or C. All right? Those 4 guesses, you can go ahead and give them to me now.
Springfield.
Is correct.
Salt Lake City.
Is correct. 2 more guesses.
Carson City.
Is correct. 1 more guess. We're almost out of time.
Chicago.
I'm sorry, didn't get the guess in time. We got 3 correct. The ones that we did not name are Cheyenne, Columbia, and Concord. Vanguard in the lead, 280. Waco, 250. We've got 2 categories to choose from: national parks and mystery.
We will go with national parks.
National parks. I'm going to ask for a little help from our judges here for time. There are multiple national parks in these states. If you spot the answer before I recognize it, the judges sitting to my left, they'll ring the bell. So that way I know that it's correct and we can move on. We're going to try to get through as many of these as we possibly can. The category is national parks. I'll give you a state and you name any one of the national parks located there. Vanguard, you will get a chance to steal after this is over, so please be ready. Our 1 minute for our national parks category starts now. California.
Yosemite.
Is correct. Arizona.
Grand Canyon.
Is correct. Kentucky.
Arcadia National Park.
Is incorrect. Colorado.
Rocky Mountain.
Is correct. Florida.
Fort Key National Park.
Is incorrect. Utah.
Zion.
Is correct. Texas.
Big Bend.
Is correct. Montana.
Glacier.
Is correct. 25 seconds. Washington.
Mount Rainier.
Is correct. South Dakota.
Black Hills.
Is incorrect. We made it through all 10 with 15 to spare. You got 3 incorrect. That's going to leave it up for grabs for Vanguard to respond. Judges, do we need to go with the steal, or are we already mathematically eliminated? Unfortunately, the judges are telling me that this one is over. Vanguard has been mathematically eliminated. I am very sorry. Our final score in this game, Waco High 320, Vanguard 280. You only had a chance to get 30 points if we let you steal. I'm so sorry, but what a wonderful game, and congratulations to each and every one of you. Well played. What does that mean? Well, it means our defending champs, Waco High, are going back to the finals where they're going to take on rival Midway. Man, this has been fun. I've been your host, Micah Fleet. We got one more game to go, and I know that you're going to watch it. Thanks for joining us, and most of all, keep learning.
Hey guys, thanks for watching our Rotary Challenge. We hope you liked it, and you may have noticed that there weren't as many commercials. Now that's thanks to our wonderful sponsors, the Baylor Mind Body Medicine Research Lab, and here with me now is Dr. Gary Elkins. Dr. Elkins, you've been researching how hypnosis may be helping reduce hot flashes.
Yeah, so we are conducting a randomized clinical trial of hypnosis to improve hot flashes and to improve sleep. We're currently recruiting about 120 postmenopausal women or breast cancer survivors who can also have hot flashes.
Now I know there's a lot of misconceptions with hypnosis. It's not like you have the swinging watch, right?
Right.
Tell us more about that.
That's right. So the term hypnosis has been around for a long time. In about the past 50 years, it's been the subject of serious scientific research. In the case of hot flashes, we give suggestions for coolness and regulating body temperature. In the present study, what we're looking to see is if it can be self-administered through home practice with a toolkit.
So you say you're recruiting for this
Yes.
study, right? How can women get in contact with you guys to learn more about this?
The easiest way is to call the Mind Body Medicine Research Lab. That phone number is 296-0824.
All right, Dr. Elkins, thank you very much.
Thank you.